When Serenity returned to her office after sending Abby off, Elisa was waiting for her. Curiosity lingered in her cousin's eyes, and it didn't take long before the conversation turned to Abby's visit. Serenity explained that Abby had come seeking answers about Evan, the fourth young master of the York family. Elisa knew of all nine York brothers, though the first three left the strongest impression on her. The younger ones, including Evan, often blended together in her mind unless she encountered them directly. Still, she understood enough to recognize the tangled situation Abby found herself in. Serenity laid out the truth as she saw it. Evan had shown interest in Abby, pursuing her in ways that stirred her heart, yet never giving her clarity. Just as Abby thought she could move on, Evan reappeared with gestures of affection, only to disappear again, leaving her frustrated and confused. To Serenity, this behavior was irresponsible. If Evan liked Abby, he should pursue her properly. If he didn't, he had no right to lead her on. Both women agreed that the York men were dangerously charming. Few women could resist them when they set their minds to courtship. Perhaps, Elisa suggested, Evan was merely trying to keep Abby's attention. If so, he had already succeeded because Abby clearly cared for him. But Serenity suspected the truth was more complicated. Evan was torn between duty and desire. Grandma May, the matriarch of the York family, had chosen Abby as a suitable match for him. Yet Evan carried with him the weight of a recurring dream, a dream of another girl who haunted his thoughts. This left him conflicted. On one hand, he wished to honor his grandmother's wishes and remain the filial grandson. On the other, he feared marrying someone chosen for him, while his heart belonged elsewhere. Such inner conflict gnawed at him. He worried that if he forced himself into marriage without love, it would end in heartbreak, betrayal, or even divorce, something no York man had ever brought upon the family name. This fear caused him to waver, giving Abby mixed signals and leaving her in turmoil. Elisa listened with fascination. The story explained Evan's erratic behavior, appearing attentive one moment, then vanishing the next. It wasn't a strategy to lure Abby deeper into affection, but rather the result of his confusion. Abby was paying the price for his indecision, caught in an emotional storm, not of her own making. To Serenity, however, excuses could not erase responsibility. Abby had pursued him honestly, seeking clarity. Evan owed her a decision, whether it was to continue or to part ways. Stringing her along served no one. It was as though he were standing on two boats at once, destined to sink them both. Determined to help, Serenity resolved to contact Zachary. Her husband's influence with his brothers might prompt Evan to reveal his true feelings and finally confront Abby with an answer. Elisa, ever practical, agreed. If she were in Abby's shoes, she would not tolerate such treatment. No woman deserved to be toyed with by indecision.